Valentine's Day. Oh boy, capitalism's cruel reminder of how single you really are. If we don't have someone on February 14th, what's even the point? Do we even deserve love? No, just like you, I am single this Valentine's Day. Obviously. Because if I did have someone, I would be way too busy and I have been single for most of my 21 years on this earth. So I'm pretty familiar with being alone. And while my time alone hasn't been full of soul searching and enlightenment, I really do believe that being single is so beneficial to you, your life, and when you finally do enter one, your future relationships. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. A relationship is not going to change how you see yourself. And I know people who are constantly in and out of relationships. Just been through a breakup? No problem. There's the next person to come along and make you feel good about yourself. And I used to be envious of these people. Like, how come this person is so fucking lovable that there's just people lining up waiting to take their current partner's place? But now, I realize that it's kind of just sad. There's so many people that are terrified of being alone with themselves that they will literally do anything to avoid this. And I feel like this is one of the biggest reasons why people want a relationship. You know, they don't feel good about themselves. They look in the mirror and they don't like what they see, but instead of working on that and figuring out, you know, their deep feelings about themselves, they're just going to take the easy route and rely on someone else to make them feel good about themselves. But my point is, these people are constantly in a relationship, but they don't seem very happy to me. So that's not going to be you. You're not going to get into a relationship just for the sake of saying that you have a partner. It's not worth it. It's not healthy. If there's no one in your life right now that you would genuinely want to date, it's okay. It's okay to literally just be single for a while. And there's a Frank Ocean lyric that I always think of when I think about this topic. It's never fuck someone you wouldn't want to be. And it's simple, it's stupid, but this is such an important thing. Next time you're in a situation where maybe you're going to get intimate with someone or you're going to start dating someone, think to yourself, would you want to be this person? If the answer's no, don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? Looking for someone just to validate you, not because you genuinely like this person, but just because you want them to make you feel lovable or make you feel pretty sometimes. Sure, it feels great in the moment, but what happens when you guys break up? You're straight back to square one. You need a foundation of self-confidence, self-worth, and just genuine happiness that you can find within yourself whenever you need it. And once you have that, go ahead. Absolutely, get into a relationship, because I think once you have that, you know what you like, you know what is good for you. So the relationship that you enter, once you have that foundation of self-confidence, is going to be beneficial. It's going to be mutually beneficial as well. You and this person are going to grow together and it's going to be beautiful, and yeah, do it. Get into that relationship. But you have to be okay with yourself first. You have to genuinely enjoy your company. And I don't mean self-love in the sense that you never feel bad about yourself, you never lack confidence in certain situations. This is not realistic, okay? You're going to feel down sometimes. You're going to not like who you are sometimes. That's just natural. But as long as you have this foundation where you can pull yourself out of this state of maybe it's self-hatred, maybe it's lacking confidence. As long as you can pull yourself out of that state, then you're there. You're good. The love from another person is only ever beneficial when it's used to supplement the love that you give yourself, not as a crutch. The love from another person is not meant to replace the love that you give yourself, okay? Don't rely on other people to make you feel good about who you are. Cool. You got it? You understand? And people say you can't love someone until you love yourself. And I disagree. The times where I most love other people are also the times that I'm struggling most to love myself. But if you don't love yourself, you will give your love to anyone who will take it, regardless of whether or not they're deserving, regardless of whether they're even right for you. And not constantly being with someone allows you to figure out who you are. I mean, you have total freedom. And it's so easy, especially in a long-term relationship, to lose yourself, to lose sight of who you really are. And I really vividly remember when a friend of mine left a long-term relationship, they told me, and I quote, "I just don't know who I am anymore." And That terrified me. And when I travelled abroad on my own for the first time, this was when I truly understood this freedom. I went to Annecy in France for a week, and it was complete bliss. Aside from how beautiful the town is and how lucky I got with the weather, being alone meant zero compromise. I mean, I was having croissants and pain au chocolat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was amazing. And I would wake up each day with no specific plan. No itinerary. Itinerary? Is it itinerary? Itinerary? Itinerary sounds really long. Itinerary. 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 I had no itinerary. I had no places to be. I was just seeing where the day would take me. And why am I talking about this now? Because it's the exact same when you're not in a relationship. Don't get me wrong. Being loved and cherished by someone is great. It feels amazing. And do I want that sometimes? Sure, yeah, of course. But how do you know what you want if you're not alone with yourself enough to know yourself? All this just comes back to is just knowing yourself and knowing who you are and knowing yourself enough to not have to settle, because you don't have to settle. And I hate when I see my friends settle for people, because I know as an external person that they deserve so much more, but they can't see themselves in that light. And it's a shame. They just feel like they have to settle. They feel like they have to be in that relationship when they don't. And they deserve way more than that. And I would like to propose a change to the age-old saying, you can't love someone until you love yourself. I think it's more like, you can't love someone until you know yourself. You have to spend enough time alone to get to know yourself, your body, what you like, what you don't like, how you want to spend your days, before you can really give your love to someone else. And I get it. We are all born and raised brimming with love that we're just so desperate to give to other people, but if you don't know yourself, you're just gonna end up giving it to the wrong person, to someone that doesn't deserve your love. And after that, you're gonna hate yourself and you're gonna be like, why did I even bother with this person? And what I'm about to say is very cliche, but I really believe that you're gonna meet the love of your life on a random Tuesday when you've stopped looking for this ideal love. You're just gonna be going about your business and suddenly you're chatting to someone who, oh, they're quite pretty. And then boom, 5 years later, you're still together and you're thinking back and you're like, I really just met that person so randomly. Just keep waiting for that random Tuesday. Do your thing, work on yourself, handle your business, and that random Tuesday will come along. So this Valentine's Day, whether you're single, taken, somewhere in between, remember to treat yourself and love yourself in the same way that you want to love another person, because that's all we have. All we have is ourselves. You better treat yourself well. I'm watching you, okay? If you don't treat yourself well, I'm gonna be knocking on your door and I'm gonna be like, oi, what are you doing? Okay? You don't want that. You don't want me at your door. Maybe you do. I don't know. Cool. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
Hope you find peace for yourself. New boyfriend ain't gon' fill the void.
I can't feel shit. Cool.